Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the What a Deck profile for the Blackwing Virus Deck. I'm just going to go through everything in here and then I'll explain how it works. So we've got 3 Chris the Crack of Dawn, 3 Bora the Spear, 3 Tornado the Raging Squall, 3 Kalut the Moon Shadow, 3 Gale the Whirlwind, 3 Panaki the Waxing Moon, 3 Blizzard the Far North, 1 Harmata the Sandstorm, 2 Dark Eruption, 2 Allure of Darkness, 3 Cattle Call, 3 Black Whirlwind, 3 Deck Devastation Virus, 2 Crush Card Virus, and 3 Black Sonic for the extra deck. So we got 2 Rikari the Rain Shower, or I guess that's Raikiri. I thought it was Rikari at first. Whatever. Got 2 Chidori the Rain Sprinkling, 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, 1 Blackwing Armor Master, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Goyo Guardian, 2 Nothong the Starlight, 1 Blackwing Armed Wing, 1 Armades Keeper of Boundaries, 1 Gram the Shining Star, 1 Seyo the Hidden Rain, and 1 Silent Honor Arc. Side deck I'll go into in a moment. So the basic with this deck, it's pretty much just a toolbox. We make a lot of 7s and a lot of 6s. The most powerful being these 2, Chidori and Raikiri. Raikiri says once per turn you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other Blackwing monsters you control and destroy them. And we swarm with a whole bunch of Blackwing, so oftentimes you can get 3 or 4 different cards with that. Chidori gets 300 attack for every Blackwing monster in your graveyard, which with how often we can get monsters in the graveyard, he'll often get up past 3,000 into the 4,000 range. So he's your big beater, he's your big destroyer. He has the additional effect that when he's destroyed, you could special summon a Blackwing Synchro from out of the graveyard, so he's got a little bit more survivability. The rest of these are just sort of like a toolbox to help out with things. Clearwing will make it so they can't target your big monsters. Blackwing is your defensive card, he can't be destroyed by battle. Black Rose Dragon is going to blow up the field. Goyo is for stealing cards. Nothong, when he's summoned, he's going to inflict 800 damage to your opponent, reduce one of their monsters' attack by 800, and you'll get an additional normal summon, so he's good for extending plays. Combos pretty well with Raikiri, just because you can get more monsters onto the field. Blackwing Armed Wing is your piercer. He's good against certain things that can't be destroyed by battle and stuff like that, or just doing that extra bit of battle damage. We got the 1 Armades, because we do level 5s occasionally, and the only level 5 Blackwing is just going to let you special summon a Blackwing non-tuner from your hand, which can be useful, but not really. And then we've got Seyo, the Hidden Rain, which we can't actually summon. We can't synchro summon. We get him out with Cattle Call. This is an interesting little card. Basically, you can send 1 face-up monster you control, whose original type, in this case, is Winged Beast, and then special summon a Winged Beast from your extra deck, but its effects are negated, it can't attack, and it's destroyed during the end phase. So what we do is we use these in combination with the viruses, the Crush Card Virus and the Dex Devastation Virus. This is Tribute to Dark Monster with 2,000 or more attack, and it destroys all monsters your opponent controls and in their hand with 1,500 or less attack. Crush Card is a dark monster with 1,000 or less attack, and it destroys all monsters your opponent controls or in their hand with 1,500 or more attack. So if you get off both, they can't have monsters. They just can't have nice things. So what you can do is get any of your monsters, any Blackwings, the Synchros, the regular ones, Cattle Call them into Seyo, and you can use him for Crush Card Virus, or you can Cattle Call them into any of these Blackwings and use them for Deck Devastation Virus. Alternatively, you can use Cattle Call like, say you have out a Raikari or you have out an Armor Master and they try to target it with an effect, you can switch it into Chidori, and whether they destroy Chidori or you just wait till the end phase and it gets destroyed, its effect in the graveyard will special summon back out the Synchro monster that you tributed for it. So it's a good way to dodge things without losing any advantage and just filling up your graveyard with more stiff. So what these actually do, basically we've got our non-tuners, Chris the Crack of Dawn, Bora the Spear, and Tornado the Raging Squall. These are all level 4. These 2 you can special summon if you control a Blackwing, and this one, if you normal summon it while your opponent controls a special summoned monster, you can special summon a tuner out of the graveyard. So normally we want 7s, these are both 7s, as is Armor Master and is Clearwing Synchro. So we've got 2 level 3 tuners, Gale the Whirlwind, obviously the classic staple. You can special summon him if you control a Blackwing. So you can normal summon either of these and special summon the other one. If you normal summon Squall, you can get him out of the graveyard. And then we've got Panaki the Waxing Moon, who is a level 3 tuner. If he's sent to the graveyard, you get to search during the end phase. Pretty good just for keeping up your hand. He can't be special summoned though, so normally you'll be normal summoning him and then special summoning one of these guys. Or if he's in the graveyard, you can use the Raging Squall. We've also got Kalut. He's basically honest for Blackwings. He's going to, when they attack, you can discard him to make your opponent take 1400, which is just going to put more Blackwings in the graveyard for Chidori. He also combos fairly well with Blizzard. He's our only other tuner. He's level 2, unlike the other ones. He's how you get out your level 6s like Nothung and Armed Wing and Goyo Guardian. When you normal summon him, you could special summon a level 4 or lower Blackwing from your graveyard. So you can get out your Crack of Dawn or your Bora or even your Tornado, and that'll get you your level 6. Alternatively, you can use it on Kalut and get your level 5, which is why we run the 2 level 5s. Doesn't happen very often, but you could do it. Finally, we play the one Harmattan, the Sandstorm, Doo-ga-doo-ga-doo. He's the only Blackwing we play that has less than 1,000 attack, so we can use him for Crush Card Virus. Because he has so little attack, you could search him with Black Whirlwind with any of these, so he's easily searchable. You could special summon him on the field as long as you control another Blackwing. So if you have Crush Card Virus, you can make like a level 7, search this with Black Whirlwind, special summon him onto the field, and then use Crush Card during their standby or whenever it's convenient for you. Other than that, he's not all that useful. He can make your level 5s, which again are not the best level 5s. That's why we only run him at 1. We got 2 Dark Eruption. This is going to let you sort through things, especially useful with Raikari because you can like Synchro Summon with these 2 and then use Dark Eruption to get Gale back. Special Summon Gale and then you have a monster so you can blow stuff up. Allure of Darkness just for searching because everything's dark in here. Cattle Call I already explained. Black Whirlwind is your basic searcher. There's no reason you should be playing Blackwings without this. 2 viruses I went over, and then finally Black Sonic, our one defensive card. So when your opponent's monster declares an attack on a Blackwing monster, you can banish all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls. It's basically like banishing Mirror Force for Blackwings. Not the best, because if they destroy your Blackwing or they destroy this before they attack, then it can get... But there are certain cases where this can just be brutally effective. As for the side deck, we've got Delta Crow. This is going to blow up all face-down spell traps your opponent controls if you have a Blackwing monster. Like Black Sonic, if you have exactly 3 Blackwing monsters and no other monsters, you can activate this card from your hand. Not particularly useful in this, because it's very often you're just going to let them go during their turn with 3 of these. But with Delta Crow, it could actually be pretty useful, because you can get 3 monsters out pretty easily, and then just blow up their back row. I'd actually probably switch this out after having done the What a Deck, because I lost a back row. I lost like Solemn Strike a whole lot. So this is probably a better thing than Black Sonic. But I would at least keep Black Sonic in the side deck. Alternatively, the viruses are a neat little gimmick. It's fun if you can get them both off and remove your opponent's entire hand. But if you're trying to make this more competitive, I'd probably switch them out for Icarus Attack, just for extra added destruction. Or just go full on, throw in like Eradicator Epidemic, take out the Black Sonics, and throw in like Solemn Warning, Vanity's Emptiness, Soul Charge, Raigeki, and just get everything in there. The reason we only play 2 Crush Card is because it's less useful than this. There were times when I'd get like 2 of them and I didn't like it. But you could throw an extra 1 in just in case certain decks lose to this really hard. Certain decks, it helps them out a lot. And then finally we've got these other 2 Blackwings that are good choices. Like if you just want to stay focused on the 7s, get rid of Blizzard the Far North and put this in there because it lets you special summon Blackwing monsters. Of course it has to attack, but with 1800 it's pretty good, and with Black Whirlwind he can search pretty much everything. And then this guy, he's interesting because he's not only a target for Crush Card Virus, but you could target one Synchro monster and his attack becomes equal to that attack. So you could potentially like Synchro Summon, throw this guy out, make him have a 25 or 2600 beater for 1 turn, or in the case of Chidori, even go up to like 4100 or something, and just deal massive amounts of damage. And then at the end of the turn he goes down to 0, and then during the standby phase you do Crush Card. So overall, pretty decent deck. You know, I'm not the best at Synchro decks, but I kind of like the Blackwings. I can see why they're popular. They're really fun, they're really easy to use. Next week I'm hopefully going to be looking at gadgets. The new gadgets with the ABC Dragon Cannon or something. Should be interesting. I'll be looking at something from that set. Until then, good luck. Have fun.